I started CrossFit exactly 1 year ago. I started in 2018, February of 2018, and I wanted to break the cycle that I was constantly in, feeling sorry for myself, and I knew a lot of it had to do with my health. When I started CrossFit, I was right around 280. My biggest fear coming in was my weight. I knew that I was going to be heavy. I was going to be one of the bigger guys. And I was judging myself before I came in here, and I thought I was going to be at the very bottom of the talent. I came in. What I found was a community of encouraging people. People were always there to pat me on my back. And I remember distinctively there was one workout we did, and at the end somebody took a picture and it showed one guy still finishing up his workout. He must have been there for 25 minutes, but there were 6 people surrounding him, clapping and cheering him on. And that was the turning point for me in CrossFit. Loved it. I started doing things that I never thought I was going to be able to do. I couldn't do pull-ups. I was doing maybe 1 push-up, 2 push-ups before my shoulder started giving out. Simple random movements that I took for granted back when I was younger, I wasn't able to do. So mentally, I started getting more and more strong. I felt better about myself. I was happier with my life. I was happier with the direction that I was heading. And then came the physical. I began to be able to do those physical things, do pull-ups. I started out with doing it with a band because not everybody can do pull-ups, so I started doing banded pull-ups. I started doing breaking up push-ups 5 at a time, and then you start stringing 10 of them together, and you start stringing 20 of them together. It's all about not where you've been, it's all about where you're going, and that was the greatest thing moving forward. I knew that if I could get my mental health into a good spot, I knew that my physical would come, and then my overall well-being is just, I'm at a peak right now in my life. So beforehand, last year, I'd always heard about this crazy workout called the Murph. If you're not familiar, it is a 1-mile run with 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, and then you finish it up with another 1-mile run. And not to mention you wear a 20-pound vest during the entire thing. So I'd always seen it as this pie-in-the-sky workout, this thing that only endurance athletes, somebody that of my level will never ever be able to accomplish. I will never do the Murph. I will never be able to do the Murph. I told myself that, and it's a representative of all the other things that I told myself. I told myself I can't do this. I told myself I couldn't do this. And then after joining, I worked at those little things. My mental health got better and better every day. I started telling myself that even though I'm not there, I can't do it yet. But I had yet there because I knew I could do something later on. I knew I was going to get there. So I started working on little things. I couldn't do pull-ups, but I was going to do pull-ups to get me to the pull-up threshold. I knew I was going to do push-ups to get me there. I knew I had to do the 1-mile run. And last year in May, I'm proud to say, although I scaled it, I did the Murph. And it was such an amazing accomplishment. And that was the turning point of CrossFit for me. It was a turning point in my life. And knowing that this workout, this thing that I had always feared, this thing that always had been this pie-in-the-sky piece of, it was just like this mental break for me, that once I finished it, it essentially said, you can do anything you want. Anything that you want to put your mind to, anything that you focus on, anything that you really put the equity into, nothing can stop you at this point. So, although I scaled it last year, I have, and please hold me to it, I have full ambition to do it RX this year with the vest on and no banded pull-ups or anything. But more importantly, I remember the biggest thing at the end was my family was waiting for me. It was amazing.